Okay, these are ingredients that we're gonna season our dressing with. We're gonna go with these seasons throughout the dressing making process. We're gonna put this in our cornbread. We're gonna put this in our chicken. We're gonna put this in everything we need to construct our dressing. So we got poultry seasoning. We're gonna go light on that. We got black pepper. We're gonna go light on the sage. Got accent salt. We're gonna go light on that. And we got garlic powder, onion powder, and some chicken bouillon. So we're gonna do that, and that's what we're gonna make our chicken broth with to cook the dressing with in our gravy. Okay guys, I've cleaned my chicken backs, gizzards, turkey, and chicken necks. So we're getting ready to do that right now. We're gonna boil this meat until the meat is done. Probably about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay guys, so now we're gonna add in our seasoning. We're gonna go light on that salt, light on the accent, light on the poultry seasoning, sage, a teaspoon, of each. Onion powder, garlic powder. We're gonna add a little bit of paprika, just for the color. Okay guys, so look, what I've done to expedite my seasoning process throughout is I've combined equal parts of all of the seasoning into my bowl. So what I've done is added 3 tablespoons of garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and chicken bouillon to the mix. And then I've added a tablespoon of accent paprika, 1 teaspoon of sage, and 1 teaspoon of poultry seasoning to make that mix. But it just depends on whatever size pan of dressing you make. You might be able to, you'll have to adjust those based on the size. And then taste, and then continue to season until you got that taste that you're looking for. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do right now is butter our pan. Get ready to make the cornbread for the dressing. Like that. All squared away. Getting nice crispy edges on that. In case you're worried guys, these are new gloves. I'm changing them. So I got my pan buttered up. Do now. I'm gonna add our Martha White cotton picking cornbread. Don't go get a lot of expensive stuff. All you need is some cheap dollar store cornbread mix and water. That's all we need to do with this. We just add our water. It's really simple. Consistency, so I'm going to add a little bit more cornbread mix so I can thicken up that batter. Remember the bowl that we had with our seasonings? I'm going to add some of that seasoning to the cornbread mix. We're going to have everything uniform and tasting the same. Okay guys, what we've done right here, we've added our Holy Trinity to a frying pan with about 2 tablespoons of butter. And what we have in there is our bell peppers, our celery, and our onion. And we're gonna saute those until they're soft. Then we're gonna add them to the cornbread mixture. And a little pro tip about your vegetables. You wanna make sure that all of your vegetables are cut to about the same size as the cubes or julienne or however you're gonna cut them up so that they cook evenly. And guys, as you see, we got our meat coming to a boil. Making some beautiful, beautiful broth. Okay guys, now you know they're coming to us. See, we're gonna hit it with a little bit of our we'll call this our all-purpose Thanksgiving seasoning. We'll hit it with that. Mix it in. Like I said, we're gonna have flavor, consistent flavor throughout. We're gonna have that in our veggies. We're gonna have it in our chicken stock. We're gonna have it in our cornbread. So our dressing is gonna be flavorful all the way through. I mean, just hit it with a little bit of your seasoning. You don't need a lot because it's gonna be in every layer of this meal. We're gonna put this into our 450-degree oven. Let it bake for about 18 minutes. This don't have to be great because we're gonna crumble this up and put it into our stuffing mix. So this is cool to have right there. Now we're gonna put this in the oven uncovered for about 18 minutes. Okay guys, the cornbread is out of the oven. What we're gonna do right now, I started already, but we'll just crumble it up. We're gonna let it cool down some, but just crumble it up. That's all we're gonna be doing. And we're gonna add in our packages of herb seasoning croutons to mix in with this cornbread. This is gonna be the best dressing you ever had, I promise you. Okay guys, what I've done is scooped out our backs, necks, gizzards, and this is our broth. So this is what we're gonna pour over our cornbread and crouton mixture to start making our dressing moist. Okay, so now we'll let that meat cool down and then we'll start picking the meat from the bones. Okay guys, okay, we're back. We've picked the meat. We let it cool down and then we're able to pick it from the bones. Over here, we have our broth, a delicious broth. We have some herb seasoned croutons, like for stuffing. Did I show you the chicken already? Got the chicken pulled from the bones. We had all that chicken, but now that's all the meat we got from the bones. And we've crumbled up the cornbread mix. What we'll do is add that to the bowl. Add that. We'll add in our croutons. And then we'll add in our broth a little bit at a time. We also have a can of cream of celery and cream of chicken we're gonna add in there. I'm gonna just Mix that all up. And we get a nice consistency. Okay, fam, look, we back, guys. We back. We just about used up all of that broth that we had. And this still right here is it's too thick. It's too thick, so I'll probably have to make a little more broth. But you don't want it, gotta have the right consistency. You don't want it dry because it wasn't moist enough, and you don't want it too runny. You gotta find that right consistency, that right balance with it. And also save some of that reserved juice for when you're baking it. If you do see it's turning dry, you can go ahead and pour that juice over the top of it a little at a time and keep it moist. With you guys, off screen, I went ahead and added 4 tablespoons of softened butter to that mix and just stirred it in. What that's gonna do is help that topping turn brown. It's still too thick, You don't want it that thick, you still want it a looser consistency. Okay, guys, I added about a ½ cup more of our broth, and now that's the consistency that I'm looking for. Not too runny, not too stiff. So just keep mixing it up, get all of those ingredients incorporated. It's gonna be ready for the pan.
Do you think marriage once was more important than what it is now?
I don't think there are people are approaching marriage with the care that they should.
Listen, you have a point that I think I'm on your side with.
You got one.
Yep, one point. You got one.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jermaine Dolly, Mr. Hello Dolly himself, and guess what? You're tuned in to Tea and Worship with my homies, Mignon and Corey. Keep it locked, y'all.
Hey y'all, it's Candy West, and you're watching Tea and Worship with Mignon and Corey.
It's your boy James Fortune, and you are watching my favorite news show, Tea and Worship, with my sis Mignon and Corey.
Thanksgiving special. Just gonna put this out. I know a lot of people want to cook yams for Thanksgiving. So right now you just rinse off your sweet potatoes, and I'll bring them over to my cutting board. Knife on the knife right there. Now don't ask me why, but I guess what I just seen my grandmama do it. I cut the ends off the potatoes. I guess so it can when I do the peeling, it's easier to peel. I guess, I don't know why. This old thing that got passed down, so I don't know why. But it's been working, so I don't change it. Okay, so now I have my potato peeler, or you can do it with your knife or whatever easier, but this is easier for me now. This is the best kitchen tool they made right here, this peeler. You can go through it pretty fast. When I do this one, I'll show you another way you can do it so you don't miss and drop it in the garbage can like I'm almost doing. So right there, you want to make sure you get all of the peels off and all of the brown spots. You need a good tomato, no spots on it. Good potato, not tomato. That's a nice sweet potato right there, done with the peeler. Now if you get a fork, if you use a fork, you can stick a fork in the potato and you can hold it while you do the peeling. But to me, you know, it's just easier to hold it, but. And then you just turn it with the fork. If you have a peeler, you can do that. Okay. Okay, now once you got your potatoes peeled, you want to go ahead and slice them up evenly, say about a half inch thick, or whatever your desired thickness is, but just make sure they're consistent in the cut. That way they'll cook about the same time. Okay, just about finished slicing up the sweet potatoes. And this right here is about 6 small potatoes. Okay, so we're gonna just put these in your pan. Just layer them in, and we'll move over to the stove and start making the sauce for these yams. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, right here, guys, this is the mix that we're gonna make for our yams. We have 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 stick of unsalted butter, 2.5 tablespoons of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and a dash of allspice. And then here we have vanilla, 2 tablespoons of bourbon, and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And all of this stuff will go into our yam mix to give it that nice sweet taste that we all come to know and love. Okay, so right now we're gonna be over here making the mix. We have our heat on a medium low. Got it on number 4 on my stove. Gonna put our unsalted butter in the pot and mix that up and let that melt. Once that melts, we're gonna mix in our sugar and I'm gonna mix in our sugars and our other dry ingredients, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and the cloves. Okay, so our butter has melted, and what we're gonna do now is add our sugars in. Add our sugars in. I know that seems like a hell of a lot of sugar, but it's not. Trust me, it's gonna be just fine once we get this all squared away. Mix all of that in. Add in our heavy whipping cream. That's gonna smooth that right on out. All right, so now let me grab my heavy whipping cream, my vanilla. Then I'll have my mixer and helper finish it off. Say hey.
Hey guys.
You gonna look at them, or you gonna just let them talk to your head? Okay, so now you go in and mix this so all of this stuff is incorporated, and then we're gonna pour this mixture over our yams. why you need assistance. You got it?
Yes.
We're looking for this cream. Okay, so now we're gonna pour our mixture evenly over our yams. We'll cover this up for 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
And then we'll uncover it and bake it for another 20. Uncover. We're gonna cover this up and put it in the oven, like I said, for 45 minutes. And then we'll take it back out and uncover it, mix it, and let it cook in there for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, uncovered. Okay, the yams are out of the oven. I'm gonna remove the foil, mix them around in the mixture, rotate them around. I'm gonna put it back in the oven uncovered for 20 minutes. Okay, yams are all done, out of the oven. Now when we test them, they should be fork tender, but still firm. Have the most amazing taste from that sugar, the cinnamon, that bourbon, the vanilla. All of those flavors should be mixing together to give those potatoes a
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Cut up my cabbage. I got a head of cabbage. I'm gonna divide this, take this core out, and cut it up into slices. I'll take off these outer leaves. They'll be mostly green. So what I'll do with these is cut these up last, and I'll add these to the pot first, so they can be at the bottom and get most of the heat, so they can get these tender. So what you want to do is slice your head of cabbage in half. Board sliding. Okay, so when you're board sliding, let me tell you what you should do. Get your paper towel, get your dish rag. Put a dish rag up under there. Now, the slippage should be minimal, okay? There you go. So you split that cabbage in half. Like I said, I'll put those to the side. Then I core it. When I say I'm coring it, I'm taking out that tough piece right there. That little core, I'm taking that out. Nobody want to chew all day on this cabbage, all right? Then, I just slice it. Let's do some nice little slices on it. Right? You see that? Just do some nice little slices. Put it in your bowl. Just like that. That's what we got going on. That's what we do for that cabbage, okay? And once that piece is done, we'll do the next side of that cabbage. Take out that little core. and we'll shred it down. We're not actually gonna fry this, we're gonna steam this down. It'll take about 15 minutes to get that steam down. We'll add some onions to it. I'm dumping it I'm putting this stuff in my bowl out of the camera shot, but yeah. So that's my lettuce. You know, that's gonna cook down. It might look like a lot, but it'll cook down and have just enough. Okay, so now I'm on our thick pieces. So, you know, you cut that, you still cut those tough parts out. Still cut those out. And what I'm gonna do is just roll these up. Roll up the leaf. And then put some little slices on these. So that's what that looks like. So when I put these in the pot, the tough ones will be on top and they'll go to the bottom. The tough ones will go to the bottom and they'll be in more direct contact with that heat at the bottom and they'll cook those, and that's what it'll be. We're gonna show you this cabbage, all right? So I've rinsed my cabbage, I rinsed it twice. So this is gonna be ready for the pot. Gonna slice up half an onion. Thinly sliced, just so all that onion flavor can incorporate with the cabbage. All right. So now we'll add this to the pot. We'll put the cabbage in and we'll let that steam up. Okay, so I've added 2 tablespoons of oil to my pot. I'm gonna add the onions in. Add in our onions. Let those cook down. Then we'll add in our head of cabbage. And then we got those tough pieces to the bottom. So that's gonna get the most direct heat. Okay. And don't worry, it's not a lot of cabbage. It'll cook down. So we'll cover this up, and once it cooks down, we'll season it, and it'll be good to go. You probably got about 20-25 minutes on this cabbage, but no seasoning right now. We put a little bit of water in, just so you can get the steam going, and the onions. Then we'll add in some salt and pepper, and get this thing flavored up. Okay, so like I said, see that cabbage is cooked down. Steaming pretty good. Now we'll go ahead and season this up. Probably have about 6 or 7 more minutes. And it'll be good. We're gonna put some all-purpose seasoning. And what all-purpose seasoning is, guys, is salt, pepper, garlic powder. About 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of black pepper. Well, it depends on, how much you have. But again, everything goes to seasoning, so. Not a lot of water in there, just steam from the cabbage now. Making it, have it on a medium-high heat. I just turned it down to low. And it's really cooked out. That's gonna be good to go. Give it a quick taste. Well, that seasoning is right down point. Don't need no more seasoning. Now, we just let that simmer for another 10 minutes on a medium-low heat, and that's gonna be done. We'll come back and plate all this up. Look, cabbage is done. Cabbage done.